Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 15 of the Summoner Support Series. Episode 15, HatPerson. Wow, we've come a long way.
The servers are down for RE edition.
Yes, that kind of sucks.
It's okay. So the story was, we were supposed to cast CLG versus Curse tonight as part of the MOBA Fire tournament, but 5 minutes before we go, of course, everything falls apart as things usually do. But since we were in a similar situation last night with the surprise patch and all these other things coming together, it was like, you know what, this is a good time to catch up.
Yep, so we're going to use this space of time. We're going to go over Taric. We have Jilt Soda throwing in his Taric into here, so I'm going to get that rolling.
I'm loading up. Cool.
Autobots, load up.
Now, you may remember Jilt Soda from a while back. He sent us the Vigar clip from a while back.
Yes, he was the level 28 or something, right?
He was level 18 then. He's 20 now. And we looked at that. We saw, we felt she's doing pretty good. Considering the strange team comp at the time, if you do remember.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
It was a little weird, but it's normals will be normals. Yep. Normals will be normals.
Is he level 30 yet?
So he is 20 now.
Okay, so he's level 20. That's fine. Mm-hmm. So let's check it out. Let's see. Vayne, Caitlyn, Ezreal, Nasus, Tryndamere. That's a lot of AD. Up against Gangplank, Pantheon, Taric, Swain, Twitch. Again, a lot of AD.
Yeah. See, it's kind of like it's like being in the lower levels already, because it's been so long since we've had to climb our way up from level 1 to level 30. We forget about all these team comps from way back when. All right, so I'm gonna pause at 5 seconds. 5.
It said 5, but it jumped to 15 for me. So.
It'll still, it always jumps ahead, but when you hit play, it'll go back anyway. But
Yep.
All right, so you ready?
Yeah, we will sync up, hopefully.
Hopefully this time it works. All right,
yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so we're going to be looking at Taric.
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans.
So, and one thing I do want to note, Taric almost exclusively...
Whoa, you still with me? Oh my god, you're going robot, dude. AJ, I totally can't even hear you.
Minions have spawned.
Alright. Good time to be alive. AJ, come back, dude. We are having like the bestest of nights here, guys. The bestest of nights. I'll put that up there. So we might not do this after all. His internet is freaking out, and you guys saw the replay thing just freak out here as well, right? That wasn't just me. We totally even missed a first blood. Oh my gosh. Come back to me, AJ. Come back to me. Either way, Taric down here, bottom lane, correct lane choice, has himself a Twitch, so he's going to be supporting that AD. He has a Clairvoyance and Flash. Nothing too surprising at this point. I don't see anything too wrong with it. This double offensive lane up here already got you first blood. That's kind of cool. Who even died? It was Ezreal. So why do they have Ezreal top is beyond me. I really don't know who's going to be going mid either. This might just end up a fail episode. AJ's having internet troubles. The league is having connectivity troubles. Oh, it's good times. It's good times like that. I'll just put that to there so we know when Mr. AJ comes back. Oh, he's online right now. Yay, AJ's back. Let's give him a call. Derpy derpa derpity derp. What a night. Swear to God. Hi.
My internet. See, everything's going down today. First the servers, now my internet, and everything's just so terrible.
Yep.
All right.
I paused the game, but like in those 20 seconds you were gone, it jumped up like a minute and a half.
All right. So hit play. Tell me where you're at.
It's 150.
All right. So I'm pausing at 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right, but go ahead, hit play, and we'll keep going.
Okay. Yep.
So
top lane, it was apparently Ezreal versus our OP combo. And we have a Caitlyn mid up against Swain. Down south, Nasus Vayne. Interesting.
So we saw a little debate earlier on, who's going to go mid. Swain is the right choice here. And there's right now supports. There's this kind of like debate, like between CV or summoner heal, or sometimes even both. Now with these the new masteries and the new trees. So I mean, I prefer CV on my supports. That's just me. A lot of people think different.
No, I'm a big fan of the CV. Although with the new changes, I've been seeing a lot of heal as well. I'm at the 3-minute mark now.
All right, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. Okay, now I'm at 3:05. I didn't pause.
All right.
So I'm like a few seconds ahead of you. But yeah, so Taric, I mean, yeah, he's a big stun bot. His heals aren't exactly super duper. I mean, like, he really gets outclassed with his heals, with Sona, with Soraka, with Alistar. But he does give a big stun, and his Shatter Aura, very useful.
But I will say, though, if there's one character bot lane you should really need big, beefy heals for, it's Twitch. Because he's so incredibly squishy.
He came out of stealth. Oh, that was weird.
That was... Yeah. Huh.
So, yeah, alright, we're the support.
Oh my god.
Clairvoyance is a fun thing to have, but
it's only useful if you use it.
Yeah.
We're not... Yeah.
The cooldown did get nerfed, however.
Cooldown did get nerfed, but, still, it's... We don't really have much use for it at the time being. Because, we have no jungler on either side. But, when you start doing ranked and, hit 30 and things like that, you'll see a lot of times people will CV the opponent fountain right at the very start of the match. And it tells you usually two things. One, what has the other team bought, so it gives an idea, who's playing what roles. And if you catch it at the right time, you'll see which lanes people are going to. So, is the enemy team going in a clump, or things like that. So if you are at Fountain at the very beginning of the game, and you get CV'd, don't do anything. Don't buy items, don't move out, because you don't really want to give any data to the enemy team. If you do get CV'd, one of my favorite things to do is I just like to stand under it and dance.
Yep.
That's me.
Dance party.
Dance party, at spawn, CV, you can see, I have Sauron watching us all dance, alright.
Yeah, that's actually what I call it. I call it the Eye of Sauron. It sees all.
It sees all.
Dude. Alright, so Jill, level 4, has put 2 into his Dazzle, and this is something that I actually disagree with. As a Taric player myself, I'm going to be supporting my carry. The stun, it's a stun, right? Like,
right.
I don't really think the duration is super different level to level. I'll find out after he levels next time. The damage, sure, but it's all about that aura. It's all about the shatter. To me, it's all about the shatter.
Shatter, especially Shatter and Imbue are really the two big things you want to level early. Especially Shatter, because when you get into team fights early on, just to shred, that much, shredding that much armor off of an opponent early game does so much. You only ever really need 1 point in Dazzle. You get the stun and you walk away. That's all you really need to do. I'm also not quite sure why we're focusing so heavily on Nasus. Twitch, turn around, hit him!
I think we're looking at it. Oh, did he just run away?
Yeah, he just walked away from it. Man, this is... Oof. This is like really nail-biting, like risky play, but so yeah, if we leveled up our heal, the more you level up your heals, quicker cooldowns, more heals, period. So I think Taric, most supports, that have heals, heal's the first thing you really want to level. Taric, you want to get the shatter, you want to get that armor bonus. But yeah, there's no reason to put a second point into Dazzle until much later on. You just want your stun to have it. That's all.
Yeah, as I said, I really am more of a fan of getting that shatter up, 1-3-1, and then you get your 6 for your radiance. That's fine. He just hit 6, and of course I didn't catch it in time. Other lanes, fine. Our top lane is doing good. Our Swain's losing to Caitlyn, whatever. Right? We're not going to be too concerned about that today.
Yeah, Caitlyn's not usually
a mid.
not usually seen mid, but against Swain, yeah, she kind of eats him up. Top lane, Ezreal and Trinamir are doing a good job feeding our top. So, Fed Pantheon's good. A Fed Gangplank is also good. I like it.
Now, we just actually went back to town on mine. I'm at 755 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, top lane is they just keep going back and forth. Now, we started off item-wise with the mana regen into wards into potions, which is a good start. I like it. And now, our first way back, we got ourselves that Philo Stone. So we start accumulating our gold per 10 items. Typically,
yes, I like it.
You want at least 2, possibly 3. You can go with the Heart of Gold, the Kage's pick.
I personally go for all 3, and I've actually been recently building pick into Deathfire Grasp, which is especially good against super tanky champs, i.e. this Nasus.
Yep.
Later on in the game.
30% of their hit points.
Oh yeah. I will say this much though. The initial purchase, I believe Taric bought 2 wards and loaded up on potions. I know he's 20, but when he hits later levels and can keep building down the mastery tree, you get the extra gold. It really benefits you then to buy 3 wards with that extra money, just to have. And also, since they're being pushed really hard, the defensive ward placement in the bush does so much for you early game.
We just had a heal proc down here as we were chasing down Nasus again. We are throwing a lot of damage in this lane on top of that Nasus, and he's really kind of the tanker of the two. You really probably want to be going for Vayne. Even just venture out, throw a Dazzle at her, and come on back. I mean, it's going to be continual harassment. You're establishing your aggressiveness in the lane. We just threw down a ward into the bush, which is good because now she cannot use that. Dazzle's still level 2.
Yeah.
I just hit 7. Yep.
I'm really enjoying. I think Jilt's doing the right thing. I think though the Twitch is playing a little bit too defensively. Like in the earlier engagement against Nasus, 2 more auto attacks would have been dead, and Twitch just decides to stay back and farm.
Yeah.
He just walks away and farms.
I noticed that too. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I mean, this is also a very strange situation too, because mostly the support wants to be behind and supporting whoever you are in lane. But in this case, since Twitch is so squishy, and you have your armor bonus with Dazzle, I think Taric should absolutely be taking the point here as well.
Yeah, Vayne, a lot of aggression goes down on top of that Twitch, but again, Jilts, next time you do go into this combo, don't focus their tanky one. Like, we have innate lifesteal and a Philo Stone on top of Nasus. He's auto-attacking things like crazy. He's building up his Q.
Right.
You don't need to initiate by throwing that stuff on top of him. It's when Vayne comes for a kill on top of Twitch.
Yeah.
You want to be saving that stun.
I also noticed, looking at the creep score, Twitch is at 19, 20 around here. Vayne on her own, like, look at Nasus. I think in a lane like this, because Nasus usually see him solo lane. To have him have collectively about 20 creep kills above your combined, it's really bad.
Well, Twitch is at almost 30, and they're at almost 70.
Right.
So, and we're not taking any last hits.
We're not taking any last
10.
hits, which is good.
We have 10. Okay, yeah, okay.
We have enough. But I think they're,
our Twitch is not very confident.
He's not the best. He's not the best, but this is not. We're not hitting level 30 games. But that was actually some really decent damage on Nasus, though.
Well, he's charging that Q. Like, he has 41 creep kills. A lot of them from his Qs. It looks like Ezreal is getting fed up top with crab. But yeah, at this point, we're losing the creep boar, and there's nothing worse than being a support to a carry that just does not perform. It's a bad feeling.
It is.
That's why you don't see support in a lot of solo queue matches. it's usually just given to the last person. It's like, you're the lowest elo, you get to support because we're better than you. And it's always a terrible feeling to be supporting someone who cannot deliver the damage.
It is true, but someone's got to do the job, and in a ranked situation, it usually is the best course of action. But yeah, it is a very strange feeling, and it's just you have that feeling of helplessness too. But not to say that you can't start out early, like Jill's doing it. He's doing a good thing. He's actually realizing the shortcomings of Twitch and taking a few creep kills for himself just so he's not super behind. He's actually he's exceeding levels in XP from Twitch, which is not a good sign.
Yes, Twitch level 7, we're level 8. It's kind of funny. Now, we are patrolling the bush right now. We don't have a ward in it, but Vayne, you notice her positioning. She's always in the back. Nasus is always up front, and that's probably why we have a lot of the psychology of, let's just jump on him, we got to get through Nasus. Unfortunately, Nasus is very hard to get through at points. So,
right.
They're doing it quite right. Our Twitch, he's not being very aggressive. He's staying in lane. He's not really getting these last hits. And every time we go stealth, I've noticed, because he wants to go up there to get some, right in their face, use that ultimate of his. But we also move forward with the Twitch, and they're kind of like, well, Twitch is missing. We're moving forward, being very aggressive. Probably the Twitch is moving up, and they just move back, and we don't get those kills.
Right. Which is just kind of that strange dead giveaway with Twitch. It's like, oh well, we can't see Twitch. He just vanished right before our eyes. We might as well just back off. He can't do anything if we just leave. And he was standing outside the bush, isn't he? Yeah.
Was he AFK or something? He just didn't move.
Yeah, it looks like he just AFK'd.
Leg, yeah.
Which is even more unfortunate.
He just called leg right there. Oh, we might be able to pick up a kill here onto Vayne. No, Vayne with the heal. We're going to charge after her. Oh, we're going to get knocked back, and that's going to be it. I have noticed our other lanes, we have lost the towers. We're also now starting to lose this one pretty badly down here. Yeah. We can't seem to kill this Vayne. Vayne and Naz is kind of starting to walk all over us. We have enough gold to go back. Yes, we do get the Heart of Gold straight out, so
good
that's
choice.
Good. I like it.
So,
and 3
so
wards.
I think it's safe to say, let's see how much damage. Let's take off this tower here. I can't really tell.
Tower's gone.
But yeah, tap. So we've lost lane. They're really, that is, like I said, like we said before, that's the unfortunate part of playing support to someone who can't exactly carry, is that you just feel completely helpless. But see, that kill from Twitch onto Vayne just now.
Mm-hmm.
We could have used that earlier. Those are the exact tactics that we needed to use earlier on while we still had our tower.
Much earlier.
Much earlier. He can go in the bush, he can stealth, and then he can do a whole bunch of other things while you're stealth. If you're stealth, you can, and Twitch has a pretty long stealth, if I remember correctly. He can just go to any other bush, try and fool the opponent, and then just go from behind, like top lane, when Nasus goes top lane. A lot of characters with poison really do well against him because he has such a huge quantity of health.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something we didn't fully utilize in lane phase. But now tower's down. Now we're moving into mid game, and we're starting to roam into to help out the rest of our team. Which I think, and I'm really surprised, top lane hasn't taken tower yet.
Our top lane has actually been getting knocked around.
Yeah, it's been. We were dominant earlier, but now we're just kind of like we're just straight up brawling, exchanging kills at this point. And I think it looks like in the long run we've actually fallen behind.
Mm-hmm.
Tryndamere, that's 2 Zeals, Avarice Blade.
Mm-hmm. Berserkers.
That's okay. Tryndamere's gonna be kind of difficult.
So we got a little bit of a team fight here. Gangplank going down. I noticed our Q is still up, so we didn't heal anyone. We heal ourselves, but we did get the kill on top of Tryndamere. Like, we did force it onto Trin. Was it worth 2 of our... Well, I guess it was only 1 because Pantheon got away. But Pantheon now down, and we're about to get taken out as well. No, Ezreal's an idiot. Never mind. We got blue now. Cool. But, yeah, our teammates went down. We got the kill. Yep. Not exactly our role, although I guess somebody has to do it.
Hey, it might as well, man. Might as well be us. We gotta pick up the slack here.
In fact, everybody on our team just died except us. Oh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I know, Swain. Yeah.
Okay, so typical team fight. You want to be up there in their faces. So we got that part down. Even if you need to flash and throw down everything, Radiance, Shatter, Dazzle, and then make sure you look for who needs that Q the most. Because your Q is going to be a long cooldown, you need to be auto-attacking. Get those cooldowns down. Every time you auto-attack, it reduces the imbue's cooldown by 1 second. It's a fairly lengthy cooldown by itself, 15 seconds. That's with blue buff.
And odds are, in most team fights, the person who most needs a heal is not you. Like, unless you're about to die, even if someone has more health than you, but they're missing a huge chunk, they need that health much more than you do.
Yep.
So, like, if let's say you're at like 40% health, and you have like your carry, he's at about 80%. You give the heal to your carry because they're going to be one on the front lines taking the brunt of damage. You don't necessarily need that health. You're going to be, if you're positioned well, in the back of the fight, you come in, you place your stun, you shatter, and you're out. You do not want to be sticking along. And if they decide to focus you, that puts them out of position, and you're all of a sudden starting to win the fight.
Yeah, if they start focusing you early in these team fights, that's so much more damage now tanked that your carries don't have to take from you.
Right.
And if you heal a carry, you're healing yourself anyways as well. So it really works out great.
And so yeah, I'm just wondering where the hell these tactics from Twitch were earlier on.
He's leveled up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitch tactics, level up, go.
Twitch tactics.
I'd like him to do something here though. Alright, so we get the kill. We're throwing down everything into this team fight. Ezreal with the ult will be enough. Foul Fingers just not really delivering the damage he needed to in that fight. But yeah, I still don't think we're doing anything completely wrong. I mean, after our 2 gold pretends, we went for Mercury Treads.
He was just walking around. He was just walking around in a circle, stealth, and in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, Twitch is a complete fail at this, but I think Jilt has the right idea. I mean, he has the Mercs, he has 2 gold pretend items, he has the wards. I would really recommend an Aegis for your team, an Aegis of the Legion.
Aegis is a good call.
Shurelius.
Shurelia is much later on, I think. But yeah, Aegis I think would definitely be good here because everyone seems to be sticking to the fight and staying, so you need that extra defense on your team. I mean, I also wouldn't mind seeing a lucky pick here either, since we've gotten a few creep kills in lane. We got 2 kills to our name. Not to mention, we're gonna be dealing out a little bit of the damage ourselves, so I think some extra AP wouldn't hurt either.
Somehow I suspect our team is dead right here.
Yeah.
1 ally down, 2 allies down.
I'm not quite sure why the Swain stayed in that fight, but I'm also not quite sure why the Caitlyn stayed either.
We're a little out of position here as well, but we do get the... Oh, are we going for the kill on top of Tryndamere? Wow, at least we made him blow his ultimate, but yeah, 4 on 1. We need to get out of dodge. Yeah, got a critical there. So yeah, Jilt Soda, your Taric. I think it's fine, dude. What kind of runes are we running? 6 spell pen with 10%, 4% cooldown reduction.
I got the list right here. So magic pen, we got 5.7 magic pen, 8.4 flat armor, 5.9 flat AP, and we also got a move speed quint in there too, which actually I kind of like.
I like move speed on my support for sure.
Move speed on supports, especially Alistar. The best thing you could ever have is a speedy cow. That's one of the best things you can do.
I'm into that.
So.
Yeah, my typical support runes are something like flat armor, flat magic resist, cooldown, and move speed. It's something similar to that.
I actually run. I don't. Okay, here's my support rune page. I run flat armor yellows and AP everything else. Flat AP quints, AP per level, AP per level blues, and reds magic pen. And here's why. Because later, I always find that every time I play support, every single freaking time, I always end up in a position that Jilt is in right now, where you become an integral part of fights. You have someone who's not really quite carrying their weight, and you need to deal a little bit extra damage. But not to mention, all that AP in my rune page, that scales right into your heal. That scales directly into your heal. So start out with about maybe like 20 AP. That 5, 10 HP can be the difference between someone living or dying in early lane. Not to mention that when I play Soraka too, that scales right into the silence, and that's always fun, especially in Dominion. We've seen that.
Oh yes, I've seen your Soraka. She hurts. Yeah, there's lots of different ways you can build your supports. I mean, I'm a little bit more defensive. Some people like to run magic penetration, armor penetration on Sona, for example.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people go for cooldowns. A lot of people go for movement speed. And as you were saying, just flat AP. You want to be a caster. That's fine. I get it. Yep,
that's good.
There's no standard way. It really comes down to your preferable, lifestyle. But
yep.
Me, I'm a bit more defensive.
And then we also have the new induction of the gold pretend runes.
Oh yes, I've noticed those.
I haven't had the IP to get those yet, but those seem to be really interesting these time, right now in this game, especially with our mastery revamp. So we've got a lot of different ways for supports to go, and I highly recommend even. If you, and also, like, I really discourage this a lot, too. Like, I see a lot of people in ranked games flat out right at the beginning just say, I can't play support. I hate hearing that, because what people are really saying is, you're not saying you can't play support. Everyone can play support. It's the most easiest and basic role of any team game. You just don't want to.
Not a lot of personal glory in it, yeah.
There's not a lot of personal glory. Well, there's tons of personal glory in support. If you're a great support, it shows in the rest of your team. Everyone loves a clutch Soraka heal. Everyone loves that. I don't care who you are. But if you really want to be good and effective in League of Legends, you need to know how every role works, especially support. Support teaches you which teammates to stick with. It teaches you when and how to get out of team fights or engage into team fights. It teaches you most of the basic principles of this game that you really need to get down pat if you want to be successful.
Yep. Here's the challenge. Go into solo queue. Say you're playing support.
Yep.
And see how many games in a row you can win.
Hop, and it's also really. It's really important to pick the right support for the job too. Like if the opposing team picks a Karthus, you want your Soraka. But one of the best supports you can play in ranked right now is Sona.
For sure.
Fantastic ult. The Q hurts like a bitch, especially if you're running AP runes. So yeah, hop into solo queue and just play Sona or Soraka, and don't be afraid to do so either.
I'm just watching the team fight.
Yeah, now I'm watching the team fights, and it's just on both ends of this battle are just habitual overextensions. Like Nasus just goes in to try and take out the inhibitor, and the rest of the team's just at the steps. It's like, all right, well, it's like everyone at the steps. Like Caitlyn's like driving the car. Nasus is going into his house. Like I just gotta get the beer. I'll be right back out. Just wait for me. Don't turn off the don't turn off the car. I'll be right out. And then he died.
This Twitch just got away with 8 hit points. Oh my god. Sorry.
I like the engagement up top with Caitlyn. Like you had vision on her. She goes into the bush. We know she's there.
Yeah. Our Swain was terrible. Yeah. He said it's the second time playing Swain, so.
It was just recently Free Swain week, and actually we both kind of had.
I had fun with Swain for sure.
I had fun with Swain too, actually, and you know what? I expect to have even more fun with Swain now that these spell pen runes are out.
Spell pen.
There's a lot of fun that we had with Swain now.
Indeed.
Or magic. Yeah, the spell vamp runes are just. I gotta get those. There's a lot of fun to be had with those.
All right, so the game is, it's going on a bit, 28 50 or so. We picked ourselves up a Randuin's Omen. Fine, good, has an on-use effect, lots of armor. I still would have liked to see an Aegis, and typically you do like to see more Shurelias these days. The extra health, the movement speed bonus for the team fights are just amazing. But again, Jilt, I mean, you jumped on this team, and they all died.
I really like this Randuin's pick, though. Because, well, first off, Heart of Gold builds into it. Second off, Vayne, Caitlyn, Tryndamere.
The entire team.
Vayne, Caitlyn, Tryndamere, they all have Phantom Dancers. A big part of their game plan is based around attack speed. And I think Randuin's is the perfect item for this situation for him to have.
Yeah.
That's really, really good, looking at the opposing team and building against their items. I also see a lot of people's like, all right, they have a lot of AD, that they're really fast. What's the optimal item we should build here? And I see a lot of new people starting out go immediately to Thornmail. Which is a bit of a problem, because Thornmail is a very, very, very situational item. You're much better off against a very AD heavy team getting Randuins, or even not even necessarily just go straight for Randuins. Sometimes a Warden's Mail on its own will do just fine, because it's if you're being chased, they attack you, they immediately slow down, allowing you to get away. That also slows their attack speed. Use the active on Randuins, that slows everybody down.
Have we even used it though?
That we have not.
I don't think we've used the active yet.
We haven't used the active. The passive is fantastic, but especially in team fights, you need to hit that active. And I forget all the time to use all my actives. I use my actives in Han. I use my actives in Dota 2. I keep forgetting to use my actives in LoL.
You're weird, man. Weird.
I am weird.
So yeah, if you're gonna buy items with actives, Deathfire Grasp, Gunblade, Zonias, and you're not using them, then
you're not using them to their full potential.
Exactly. All right, so Jilt, I don't know. Your tag looks totally fine to us, dude. Mm-hmm. Personally, I would have went with an Aegis for the team. The aura, the extra damage, it's really good. Randuin's, as HatPerson points out, still really good, but you gotta use that active. Otherwise, you should have just gotten yourself a Frozen Heart.
Yep, and also what you could, when you use your, especially if you plan on building one of your GP10 items into one of its other items, it usually helps to have a backup item as well for it. So in this case, I think a pick would have really helped you out.
Into a Deathfire?
Not even just having the pick, because
for the extra gold?
Now that we've built our Heart of Gold into the Randuins, we're down a GP10 item.
Yeah, but past 25 to 30 minutes, it really shouldn't matter.
I was saying, like, if we built it earlier on.
Yep. I get it.
This is why I personally build all three. That's why.
All right, so there you go, guys. Taric, I think that's our second Taric episode that we've done.
It is, and Taric is definitely a champ to keep an eye out on too, because I think he's, with the remake that's been done to him recently, I think he's just really underused, and I really hope I see a lot more people using him. So,
guys, Taric, hopefully gives you a little bit of insight. I think Jill did him fine, so if you play like him, I think it would all go over well.
Yes.
Now, we do have a few things to address here. So Summoner support's up to episode 15. Yep. Next week, we're going to do episode 16, 17, and that will be the end of the series as a season 1.
Yes. So next week will be the end of season 1. After that, we're taking a break for the holidays and personal things and all stuff like that too. But we will be picking up again, hopefully later on in January. Sooner better than later, hopefully. And yeah. Sounds about right. So next week will be the last episode of the series. I will be posting, I'll be linking to submission details on my Twitter. I'm at HatPerson. You can follow this guy at FourCourtJester.
Indeed. You can
And,
find HatPerson,
yeah.
trusty HatPerson.
Yes.
And
But-
yeah,
Yeah. So, thank you guys for tuning in. See, can we log in yet? Can I reconnect the chat yet? Are the servers back up yet?
let's go find out. But this has been Summoner Support, episode 15. Taric, Jilt Soda, thanks again. And HatPerson was a pleasure, as always. We should find something epic to do next week as our season
We should,
finale.
yeah, we should do something cool for our season closer. I don't know. Maybe we can get a because we've been thinking about the live tutorial thing too. I don't know. We'll see.
Yep.
We'll figure something out.
Indeed. So
All
until
right.
next time, guys.
Thank you.
See you later.